Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
Welcome to Andertons in the heart of Guildford in England.
And today's challenge is cheapest distortion pedal
versus most expensive distortion pedal.
Fight! So, we know you guys have absolutely loved the cheapest Les Paul versus dearest Les Paul, so it's a challenge that Rob and I are going to run with, I think.
Yes, we're going to run with it.
So, we thought we'd do cheapest pedal versus dearest pedal. Now, I know there's kind of absolutely no point going, well, if the cheapest pedal was a chorus pedal and the dearest pedal was a delay pedal, what would be the point?
They have to be the same kinds of pedal.
Yes, so even within the distortion genre, we found two martially sounding distortion pedals. Cheapest is the unbelievably popular, and I'm talking thousands of these sold.
Yes.
Tone City Golden Plexi, weighing in at a very reasonable £39.
And the most expensive is the Karen by Vemurum pedals, which weighs in at £320. £320 for a box with three knobs and a switch on it. Well, but this box is made of solid brass, I think it is, or copper, or...
Well, all I know is that a lot more super famous pro players have got these on their boards than these on their boards, so...
There's got to be something in it.
Let's go find out.
All right.
Fight! Let's fight!
All right.
Let's fight!
We are back in the room, and we have our two little friends on our beautiful kind of metallic studded plinth.
So we're going from the guitar into the Vemuram, little short cable, into the Golden Plexi, into an AB box on the floor, which can switch between either hearing it through a Hughes & Kettner amplifier or through a Victory V40. All the levels have been kind of balanced, and you are just going to hear, this is our bass tone.
Before we do the bass tone though, what do the viewers think? Do you think it's going to be, which is going to be better? Do you think you're going to get a variety of tones better from the Golden Plexi? Do you think you're going to get more gain from the Vemuram? What are your initial expectations?
I just want to know who Karen is.
Who's Karen? I don't know who Karen is.
So we've got it plugged into two amplifiers. We have the Victory V40, which is nice and crispy and clean like this. And we have it going into the Hughes & Kettner, which is a little bit more hairy like this. And we're just going to jump between the two and have a fiddle.
Let's do it. Vemuram.
£39, £319. Let's fight.
Let's fight. Vemuram. Golden Plexi. Ready?
Go.
Do it.
Changing amps. Hughes & Kettner.
Still there. It was great with both of them on, wasn't it?
Well, you got that insane feedback thing, didn't you?
Smooth, sumptuous, sexual chocolate. In your face, no bars held, aggressive anger.
Yeah, I mean, I think the player always picks up nuances that the listener doesn't pick up. So obviously, I'm the listener in this instance, and clearly there's not a massive difference between the two pedals. The golden plexi, the criticisms I suppose would be that this main gain knob doesn't
need to be
anything.
there, really, does it? No, it's
Well,
off or it's on.
It's like from like off through till about 9 o'clock.
Let's just quickly show that because it is kind of fun.
It's also, the golden plexi's got way more volume boost than the Vemuran, so I'll show you that again so you'll see. So if we put the
So the golden plexi's louder.
So golden plexi's just got more of a line level boost in it. The tone, the Vemuran's dark as well. I mean, the tone all the way up on the Vemuran is needed, I think, to sort of give it that sort of sparkle.
I think it's needed to, if you get in front of a plexi. Plexis are quite bright.
Quite possibly.
It's to deal with that.
I mean, the Vemuran in their manual are quite clear about the era that they're trying to copy Marshall from. It's like a late 70s, early 80s, which wouldn't necessarily be where you would consider Marshall making their really high gain amplifiers. That came slightly later. The golden plexi they call it golden plexi, but it's clearly just designed to be that iconic Marshall gain sound that we all know, rather than necessarily any sort of.
So which artists are using Vemuran?
It's like, I mean, that was what I'm glad you asked that, because I was on the website, and obviously, as far as the golden plexi is concerned, as far as I'm aware, no famous artists play it, albeit that thousands and thousands of not famous people do. So here we go. This isn't everybody, but these are just the ones that I have I'm familiar with. So Keith Urban, Mike Landau, Osnoy, Richie Sambora, Scott Henderson, Tim Pierce, Matt Schofield.
Does that mean they just posted one to each of those people, or they actually used them?
Who knows? Wayne Krantz, Pete Thorne, Doyle Bramall II, Rob Castro, Fidel's brother, great player. It's just the Vemuran. I mean, we only started doing Vemuran this January, just gone, and I'd only even really heard of Vemuran from probably a year or two ago. But it just seems to be the cool brand for the cool players to play at the moment.
Is it action-packed, full of expensive components?
It weighed a lot, didn't it?
It does. Yes.
I mean, it's like
it's made of solid copper or brass or something.
I don't know, but you pick some pedals up and it just feels like an empty casing.
Let's find out.
You pick this up and it feels like you've got a little sort of gold bullion bar in your hand. Maybe not as extreme as that.
Vemuran.
But I don't know. I mean,
Karen.
There's not a lot on their website to suggest why things are what they are. The Karen, to be fair, is not even really the big selling pedal. The big selling pedal is the Vemray or Vamray or whatever they call it. Janray.
Onray.
It's my favourite month.
Yeah. What month is it? January. So, come in. And again?
Beer says he agrees.
With what, Rabir?
I don't know, I think it was in response to something else.
No.
There you go, Vemuran on the Andertons.co.uk website, which is a very good website. You should check it out if you'd like. £319.
Yeah, that's not weight, by the way.
No,
we said it was heavy, but not that heavy.
Designed in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's Japanese made. Half of me kind of sits there going, look, if that's what the guy who makes the pedals wants to charge for them,
Yeah.
and people want to pay that for them,
Yeah.
then it's not like...
I'm going to find that there's something special in this pedal. That's what I'm going to do.
I know, but I don't know that... I mean, apart from the fact that, you know, the guy who uses them has clearly got good ears and has clearly created a pedal that all the sort of like, you know, the cool players are using. But yeah, I mean, our very own Mick Taylor and Pete Honore, and I know Dan Steinhardt's a big fan. So I mean, you know, all the good guys they're digging the pedals.
Is it just a case of the more money you ask for something, the better people expect it to be?
I did think to myself as we were doing this, the pedal that we should design should be called the Psychosomatic, and that's all it is. And it does. It just. We keep it. We make a sealed box, so it's physically impossible to get inside.
Right.
And then we just leave it to you to decide whether it's doing anything or not.
You're going to have people drilling and sawing for years.
It's just in your mind as to whether or not it's actually doing anything or not. And if it is, then it is.
I really want there to be something. I'm looking on the Vimirum website, custom pedals from Tokyo, and I'm desperately looking for them to say these components or this material, but it doesn't say that.
No, I mean, it's even like the switch is. It's just a.
Therefore, I'm calling shenanigans.
It's just a switch. It's so. I mean, when I played it before we shot the video, it's definitely got that kind of chewy, sort of organic-y kind of feeling. That's why I said I was more interested about how the player felt than how the listener is, because it's quite gratifying to play.
It does play nice and easy, but the Golden
Plexi
Plexi is great.
Oh,
and do you know what? If I was to put the Andy to the at there as well, I think it would knock them both up.
Yeah, in all fairness, this chat, we shouldn't forget that this challenge video was not a Golden Plexi versus Vemuram video. It was a cheapest versus dearest video. So we could have put. You know, the only reason we chose the Vemuram... But I want to know this has got
silver wiring, copper chassis, you know, special gold-laced pots, and I'm not hearing
Karen
that.
is the name of the fairy that's actually locked inside the pedal. And she's only allowed out if she gives you 50,000 hours worth of
And every time you press the button, what happens?
It hits her in the G-spot and she goes, ooh, like that. And that's why you get such a good guitar tone.
Right.
It's a fairy orgasm every time you switch it on.
Every time you switch it on, it's a fairy... Well, guys, comment in the comment section below which pedals you'd like to see the most affordable versus the most expensive of next. I'm thinking wah would be really good.
Wah would be great, because we could do 50 quid wahs versus
Well, my favourite wah of all time, which was on the floor and I was using, is the little mini Dunlop.
But that's not what the challenge is. The challenge is cheapest versus dearest. We do a fire custom wah-wah or an exotic wah-wah that are both over £300.
Versus...
And we do a Vox wah-wah, which is £49. Maybe even an Electro-Harmonix wah-wah for £49.
Surely there's a Mua wah or something, or...
The Mua Wata is that really cool micro pedal that unfolds like a transformer. So it's small when you're not using it and big when you are.
Goes looking for energon.
A bit like something else I can think of. Pete desperately wanted to say that, didn't he? Give me the lead. I'd like to hear these for myself whilst you whittle, and that will be the fade out. But Rob's right. In the comment section below, we need to know what pedals to do next.
You ready?
We're going through both amps still. So.
Well, you know what? Leave it through both amps. is Rory from the UK. Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.
Rory